Time now for some tough love on the subject. Someone on another network got the chance to go first because I couldn't go during the week. I'm only here on the weekend, so listen to this.
The reason there is so much violence and chaos in the black precincts is the disintegration of the African American family.
He's got a point. In fact, he's got more than a point. Bill?
Raised without much structure, young black men often reject education and gravitate towards the street culture, drugs, hustling, gangs. Nobody forces them to do that. Again, it is a personal decision.
He is right about that too. But in my estimation, he doesn't go far enough. Because black people, if you really want to fix the problem, here's just 5 things that you should think about doing. Here's number 5. And if this doesn't apply to you, if you're not doing this, then it doesn't apply to you. I'm not talking about you. Here's number 5. Pull up your pants. Some people, a lot of them black, gave me flack for saying that recently on the Wendy Williams show.
If you're sagging, it means, I think it's your self-esteem is sagging and who you are as a person. It's sagging. Young people need to be taught respect, and there are rules.
Sagging pants, whether it's Justin Bieber or no-name Derek around the way, walking around with your ass and your underwear showing is not okay. In fact, it comes from prison when they take away belts from the prisoner so that they can't make a weapon. And then it evolved into which role a prisoner would have during male-on-male prison sex. The one with the really low pants is a submissive one. You get my point? Number 4 now is the N-word.
For our generation, what we did was we took the word and we took the power out of that word.
We took this word and we made it into poetry.
I understand poetic license, but consider this. I hosted a special on the N-word, suggesting that black people stop using it, and that entertainers stop deluding yourselves or themselves and others that you're somehow taking the word back. By promoting the use of that word when it's not germane to the conversation, have you ever considered that you may just be perpetuating the stereotype the master intended, acting like a nigger? A lot of African Americans took offense to that too, and I wondered if I gave the right advice. I really did. But confirmation came the very next day on my way home when I exited the subway on 125th Street in Harlem. This little kid in a school uniform, no older than 7 years old, he was crying his eyes out as he walked down the sidewalk with his mother. I'm going to be honest here. She turned to him and she said, "I'm sick of you. You act like an old-ass man. Stop all that crying, nigger." Is that taking the word back? Think about that. Now, number 3, respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. I've lived in several predominantly white neighborhoods in my life. I rarely, if ever, witness people littering. I live in Harlem now. It's an historically black neighborhood. Every single day I see adults and children dropping their trash on the ground when a garbage can is just feet away. Just being honest here. Number 2, finish school. You want to break the cycle of poverty? Stop telling kids are acting white because they go to school or they speak proper English. A high school dropout makes on average $19,000 a year. A high school graduate makes $28,000 a year. A college graduate makes $51,000 a year. Over the course of a career, a college grad will make nearly $1 million more than a high school graduate. That's a lot of money. And number 1, and probably the most important, just because you can have a baby, it doesn't mean you should, especially without planning for one or getting married first. More than 72% of children in the African American community are born out of wedlock. That means absent fathers. And the studies show that lack of a male role model is an express train right to prison. And the cycle continues. So please, black folks, as I said, if this doesn't apply to you, I'm not talking to you. Pay attention to and think about what has been presented in recent history as acceptable behavior. Pay close attention to the hip-hop and rap culture that many of you embrace, a culture that glorifies everything I just mentioned, thug and reprehensible behavior, a culture that is making a lot of people rich, just not you, and it's not going to.
lot of things is different. In the penitentiary, you wore tight pants, you were gay. That's why it's weird for me when I come out here and I seen all these men wearing tight pants. It was confusing to me. It's the style, it's the way it is. I ain't got nothing against it. I'm just saying it was weird for me to see these men walking around in tight pants. Because in the penitentiary, that's an invitation. It's weird for me to see these young kids running around with their pants off their ass, showing their ass and showing their drawers. Dead on Row would have had a field day with you dudes, man. That's why it's just weird to me. It's nothing against the generation. It's just weird for me to see dudes with their ass hanging out or wearing tight pants. Because where I come from, those kind of dudes get raped and sodomized and all types of things, man. So again, to this younger generation, man, I may be a little bit older, but trust me when I tell you, the same shit that was going on when I was in the penitentiary is going on now, even worse. And this is stuff you do not want to be a part of. Trust me on that. All that gangster shit don't mean nothing in there. It don't mean how much gangster you is in the streets. You're going to have to go in there and prove it too. You go in like a tough guy, somebody gonna try your ass, 1,000%. Even if you're the coolest, most humblest dude in the world, somebody's gonna try you. And what you gonna do? You don't wanna live like that. To all you young kids out there, you don't wanna live like that. Stay your ass in school, man. Get yourself a job. You know, McDonald's damn near pays $16, $17 an hour now. What? I would have much rather worked at McDonald's than to do with the shit I was doing. I was making 6 cents an hour. That's what they pay you in there. 6 cents, 10 cents. If you got a high-paying job in there, a high-paying job, it's maybe 80 cents. 90. If you getting $1 an hour now, oof. Park Avenue. I was cleaning shit. Sweeping, mopping, cleaning toilets for 10 cents an hour. I'm not making this shit up. It's facts. Is this how you want to live your life? Find something else to do. Find something productive to do with your life. If you can sell drugs, you can sell t-shirts. If you're pushing bricks, you can sell anything, man. You could go buy something wholesale and individually sell it. Anything. Is this how you want to live your life? Worrying about the next man stabbing you, cutting you? Trying to fuck you? Is this how you want to live your life? I don't think so. So I say to all these kids out here, man, please, stay in school. Get a job. You want to impress people? Get a degree. Do something with your life. That will impress people. You trying to impress these streets. You trying to impress these OGs that don't give a fuck about you. Because once you go to jail, guess what? Not one of them is coming to see you. Not one. You go to prison, it's out of sight, out of mind. I came home to a block party. But only 1 or 2 people actually came to visit me during that whole time. Hundreds of people out there. But in my mind, I'm saying, where the fuck was all y'all all these years? Is this how you want to live your life, man? Take it from somebody who knows. You don't. Take it from somebody who been there, lived it, done it. You don't want to live your life like that. As I say in every video, Experienced people is the greatest teacher. But somebody else's experience could be just as valuable if you listen.